We are anonymous. We are a legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Mark chapter 5 verse 9. Then Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" "My name is Legion," he replied, "for we are many." Mark chapter 5 verse 15. When they came to Jesus, they saw the man who had been possessed by the legion of demons, perhaps the ways of the Canaanites, sitting there, dressed and in his right mind. And they were afraid. Guy Fawkes, the anonymous mascot, was a member of a group of provincial English Catholics who planned the failed gunpowder plot of 1605. The plot was to oust the evangelicals of England so the church could move in with its Jesuit-based program. The Jesuit order got its stronghold in America with government reconstruction after the Civil War. They now have full control of American government. As to the story in Mark, the church failed in 1605 to insert its legion. In a reverse manner, the church rebirthed Fawkes as a planned resistance to bring any dissidents to the forefront that would hinder them in the next stages of the New World Order. It is a fact that the Society of Jesus hates Jesus. So, in a diversion role reversal, they are setting up good people to act in their demon stead. When in fact, they are the demons, minions of Satan. Simply, a case of an army of useful idiots. The Jesuit, aka Fake Jesus, Incorporated. Mascot and minions at work. Controlled opposition in this case is three-pronged: create the army of dissidents to 1. Set them up to identify them and possible prosecution for unlawful acts. 2. Get them out of the way and have them chase their tails by having them do worthless acts. 3. Make others think their liberty is handled by others so they will stand down. Order out of chaos is their motto, in other words, their control out of chaos. We are the Jesuits. We are a legion. We do not forgive what happened. We do not forget what happened. We will stay in control with our army of demons to take over the land you took from us 3,500 years ago. It's the pharaohs, seeds of Cain and their reign returning. Even the front page of the Church of Satan's website has "We Are a Legion" written on it. Just look for the arrows, as I am pointing this out to you. If you've seen my previous video, The Church of Satan Illuminati Exposed, then you would know that the Church of Satan is a recruiting ground to trap young and impressionable people into the occult. I have discussed several aspects of the plan of the Illuminati to take over the world and usher in the Antichrist as their leader. Their plans have helped us to gain insight into formulating a proper chronological scenario and understanding of prophetic events listed in Scripture. I have also examined several events that will transpire during the Antichrist's reign, and we have seen that he and his kingdom will come to swift and decisive end. Many viewers may think this is a fantastic scenario, but unlikely to occur. I want to present one last piece of evidence I hope will get your attention. In 1990, game inventor Steve Jackson of SJ Games started working on an Illuminati role-playing card game called Illuminati New World Order. This card game details events that the Illuminati want to bring about in order to establish the New World Order. He revised and published the game in 1995. Black magic occultist like David Icke has pulled out the most pertinent 9 of the 100 cards in the game to tell the story, which was on his website for many years. One of the cards just so happens to be this one right here, called Internet Hackers. Remember, the Illuminati controls both sides. This can be confirmed in the Protocols of Zion. Also remember, their motto is Order out of chaos. Out of the chaos, the New World Order can be fully created. The whole purpose of Anonymous is to make the internet look unsafe, so the government can monitor it and censor it. The internet is one of the few things left the Illuminati doesn't have control of. Do not be fooled by Anonymous, they are of their father the devil.
You may have heard about this wave of cyber attacks that recently targeted Google. Well, get this, a new survey finds that there is a real concern that is growing among technology experts that internet attacks could target companies and even critical infrastructure in this country in a way that people really didn't understand before. Now, the number of cyber incidents reported by federal agencies has been soaring. Back in 2006, there were 5,500 of these. By 2008, that number had more than tripled to 17,000. Joining us now is Jessica Herrera-Flanagan. She's a partner at the Monument Policy Group, who served as the staff director and general counsel as well for the House Homeland Security Committee. Good to have you with us today. Welcome.
Thank you.
You know, what really caught my eye in this story was that of the survey that they did of these business leaders, most of them believed that within a year there would be a significant cyber attack that would lead to one of three things: either the complete failure of a company, or a shutdown of a significant section of some part of the economy for 24 hours, or even death, and that's going to happen within the next 12 months. Do you believe that?
I think it's very possible. I mean, the experts that we're talked to, or the people and companies that do IT services, they're the people who are watching the networks. They're seeing increased activity. They're seeing increased attack. And they're also seeing more of their employees going online. You know, we all have mobile devices. We have more computers, more laptops, and there's more opportunities to attack the systems.
All right, so we're talking about the water supply. We're talking about a number of, critical, you think of terrorist attacks, and this is a form of terrorist attack. If somebody could pull this off in a huge way. What's your biggest fear? What's the worst case scenario that you see?
Well, you have a number of, as you mentioned, the number of critical infrastructures that are linked to the network, so they're becoming more and more linked to a global network. You could see an attack on an electric grid, creating a blackout in a city. Let's say that happens in the middle of the winter or the middle of the summer. That could create significant problems. You can see an attack on an oil pipeline that stops the pipeline, increases gas prices, and decreases the amount of gas that's available at gas stations. Right. I mean, there are a number of scenarios that are out there that could happen. Then you also just have people stealing information on how our electric grid works, how our pipelines work, so then they can do different types of attacks on the systems. These are all real threats.
There have been a number of stories sort of under the radar over the past year that I've sort of kept an eye on as they came up, and suspicions about China or Russia hacking into certain systems that may link to some of our systems. And it raises a lot of concerns, and according to this research, China, they said, is way ahead of us in terms of preventing these and in terms of having a handle on how people are getting into their systems.
Well, China has a lot more of a centralized approach to cybersecurity than we do. I mean, their government obviously has a lot more control over their computer networks and who gets on, and they have a lot more censorship than we do, so it's a lot easier for them to have more control over their systems.
Is it going to take a serious event, maybe for this country to wake up to what we need to do to protect these systems?
I think definitely, because there's been a lot of chatter, a lot of conversations on how we need to protect the systems, but quite frankly, when you look at a number of companies, unless they see the threat in front of them, they're not going to respond even to their IT experts. I mean, with the recession and with times being hard, a lot of those budgets are being cut for technology security. So they're asking IT experts to basically take a garden hose and fight a five-alarm fire when it comes out.
All right, it could be a scary situation. It's a good one to keep an eye on. Jessica, thank you very much.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please subscribe to the channel, and like us, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We need all the support we can get. Remember, Jesus saves. God bless.